Rest. We all need it. We know we need it. The question is, how high of a priority should it be, and when do we need it? That's what this video is about. All right, let me start with a disclaimer. If you know you struggle with laziness, we all got our struggles. If you know laziness is your struggle, please don't use this video as an excuse to make your situation worse. Also, I would challenge you to really look, are you getting rest? Because you're probably not. The type of rest that you're getting is probably making you feel more tired. So there's my disclaimer. All right. We live in a culture that somehow has taken busyness and used it as a standard to determine importance and worth. We wear it as a badge. When that is our mentality, rest is going to be an inconvenience. And it's going to be something out there on the fringe that we'll get to if we can. Also too, if you know that you're a controlling person, the more controlling of a person you are, the harder it is going to be for you to really engage in rest, especially in your mind. So you may physically take a rest, but the mind's still running, right? That's not rest. Also too, your busyness and your lack of rest may have started for a good reason. Sometimes we go through seasons that calls for extreme busyness, hands-on. Like if there's a death in the family, right? We get extremely busy planning funerals and all this stuff. Or if there's a crisis at work that requires a small season of extreme busyness and little rest, that's okay. It's okay to have seasons like that. The problem is that the brain gets used to it. And the brain actually starts to enjoy that level of adrenaline and that level of performance that can come when you're in that state. The next thing we know, we've taken what was supposed to be just for a season and we've made a lifestyle out of it. And as I look at people who have a hard time embracing rest, this is very common. That it began with a season, but that season stretched out into a lifestyle. Okay, so what's the solution? Let's look at the creation story. Now, don't get hung up on whether, what part of the creation story is literal, what is figurative, what might be a poem. Don't get hung up on that. The creation story is a beautiful story that we use to look at the rhythms of it and how it's written, and we can extract all kind of truth from it. So if we look at the creation story, here's how it goes. God created the earth the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and then rested on the seventh. I know God doesn't technically need rest, but this is how the story was told for our benefit. So God created the earth and the heavens and the earth in 6 days, rested on the seventh. He created man on the sixth day, which means man's first full day on earth was the seventh day, which means man's first full day on earth was a day of rest. So God worked and then rested from the work. We are designed to rest and then work from a position of rest. There's the paradigm shift in thinking. Now, if you think I'm just splitting hairs, I'm not. This really is a different way to look at rest. You and I are not designed to work and then rest from the work. That's what God did. We are designed to rest and then work from a position of rest. So how high of a priority should it be? Very high. Very high. We're going to have other videos on what rest might look like for you. Not going to get into that in this video, but just basically I'm just going to throw this out there. Whatever energizes you, whatever gets you ready. All right. It may be just flat out on the couch for a while, or it may be an activity. Again, we'll get into more of that in another video. So rest has to be a high priority if we want to function the way we're designed to function. When do we need rest? Before we need it. All right? Again, paradigm shift in thinking. We're not to rest when we need it. We are to rest before we need it. That way, the batteries are always charged, and we're functioning from charged batteries all the time instead of letting the battery dwindle down and then say, I need to go recharge my batteries. If you think that I need to go recharge my batteries, you're not thinking about rest correctly. So rest, high priority. When you do it before you need it. All right. Hindrances. The first hindrance you're going to encounter if you choose to make this shift in thinking is you're going to feel unproductive. You're going to feel that way. I promise you, you're not going to be unproductive. Matter of fact, I will guarantee you this. If you will adopt the mentality that we're supposed to have when it comes to rest, that rest comes first and we function from that, you will get more meaningful things done living that way than living the way you are now. Another hindrance, guilt. Because you're not used to resting. You're not used to prioritizing rest. You're used to work, or take care, whatever it is your thing is. So when you begin to make that shift, you're going to feel some guilt. That guilt will be false guilt. If you need to know more about false guilt, look up the guilt video in the May You Book Chapter playlist on this channel. You'll learn a lot about false guilt. So feeling unproductive, that will be a hindrance. Press through. Tell yourself the truth. This is the way I'm designed to live. The guilt you might feel, false guilt. Tell yourself the truth. This is the way I'm designed to live. All right, so may you embrace the way that you have been created to rest first and then function from that position of rest. And may you enjoy those rhythms. Those rhythms will be life-giving. If this video has been helpful, click that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.